Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Stigma-Free Society live broadcast. My name is Dr. Daniel Toe with the Surrey School District. And in the Surrey School District, we're so fortunate and glad to have this partnership with the Stigma-Free Society to be able to do these broadcasts and to support the work that they do and to support the work they do. Whoa. Oh, I'm open. You see, I told you folks that there would be an issue if I have my own YouTube open. See, this is a problem. When you have your own YouTube open, this is a problem. Okay, I've turned off my own YouTube. See, Sanjana and Asta, issues can happen live, and you can't control it at all. But that's okay. And so we are here with today with Sanjana and Asta from Semiamu Secondary, and they're going to be talking about an app that they built for mental health and wellness. And as people start logging on live, or if you're watching after, we just want to thank you for joining us here on the Stigma Free Society's live Facebook page and their YouTube channel. I know that you're taking time out of your day to watch and have lunch with us, and so we just really want to thank you for coming. And as you start joining, or if you join later, you can also ask questions in the comment section of your Facebook page or your YouTube, and I'll be able to see that in the chat. But without any further ado, I also want to, before I say something I say every time, that we do here. I am broadcasting on behalf of the Surrey School District in partnership with the Stigma-Free Society. So everything we say or do here is going to be representing the Surrey School District. Now, today I'm very glad for the last broadcast before the holiday, and I was off for all of November. So I've left you, I've joined you again, I'm going to leave you again, and we're going to join again in January. But for the last broadcast of the 2021. We're so glad to have Sanjana and Asta from Semiamu Secondary here to join us to talk about the app they built for mental health and wellness. And actually, I'm not going to lie. When I first met them at Semiamu Secondary a year ago, they're telling me about this, and this is gonna be so great when you build it out. We're gonna do an interview, and we can broadcast it out on the Stigma Free Society's YouTube channel. We'll load it onto the district YouTube mental health channel later. It's gonna be awesome. And then this year I was looking to contact them, and they said, oh, we could only contact you after school time. I'm like, after school time? Aren't you in university already? And no, they're still grade 12 students at Semiamu. And I have to give a shout out to Semiamu's administration and teachers, just the way that you've supported these young people. When I heard from Mr. Balrenu and about the two of you, I couldn't wait to meet you. And when I met you, you are everything he said that you are. You are great, passionate, wonderful, intelligent young people. And I look forward to a wonderful future with you folks in it. Now, without delaying any longer, I do want you to tell me about the two of you and about how you started Spree, and then you just go into your presentation about what your app is. So, yeah? So who are you? Introduce yourself, and why did you start this app?
First, I would like to thank you for such a great introduction. You really are not humbling us, but yeah, we're very glad and grateful that we can be a part of the stream, and it was great meeting you as well, and hearing all the different opportunities that you're giving to us, and we really appreciate everything as well. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to load up while you're talking about yourselves a little bit more, and maybe talk about yourselves and your family and why you've decided to build the app. You can just go stream right into your presentation. I'm just going to load that up so everyone can see it. There we go.
So Austin and I created my Esprit, I believe it was in grade 10. And I remember us really, both of us are, I think, pretty passionate about talking about mental health and advocating for this topic. For me personally, I think mental health is really important because I think so many people don't exactly know much about maybe mental health or how to cope with stress, or even things about how to generate their own happiness or to prioritize their mental well-being, which is something we say a lot in our business plan as well. But I think it's really important that people know how to take care of themselves, or else they're not going to be able to address things in their lives that are important to them, like stressful situations or relationships and so on. So I think it was really important to be able to have something that you could access so easily, on a phone or a computer or wherever. So that way you can just benefit yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
What I love about this is it's built by students, and you built this in grade 10. And as you get into it, I've seen most of this app. It's just and the fact that you use the word business plan, and you're in grade 10, 11, 12. That's incredible. You guys are incredible. You should be like on Dragon's Den or Shark Tank or something. Anyways, keep going. I'll stop
Thank
interrupting.
you. And we started this initiative with a competition called
Yeah.
Technovation Girls, which we participated in 2020. So they really helped guide us with our pitch, business plan, like you said, and creating the app in general. So I think joining that competition was like a good start and a good like jump start for us to then evolve into updating the app and creating events, interviews, blogs, and basically just like Sanjana said, helping people in our community and people who may not have these resources elsewhere be able to have access on a quick phone, Instagram account, website.
Yeah.
Yes, and about ourselves, it's just like you said, we're both grade 12 students. I have two sisters who hopefully my older sister, she impacts, of course, a lot of my own mental health and supporting me, but I hope that the app can support the younger generations, especially having um, things like social media, um, more stressful situations that we're put through as we grow up with schooling, financial situations, um, friends. So that would be our main goal is to help people have access to these and hopefully help the younger generations. Like that's what inspires me to continue going the project.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, like mentioned, like I'm Sanjana, and also in grade 12 with Asta. And yeah, like Asta said, like I think it's really important to be able to reach out to like the younger generation because hopefully, I guess they can take those skills and apply it to themselves and maybe their future kids as well, or like anyone that they really interact with. Because I feel like the mind has so much to do with so many different aspects in our lives. And I think that my esprit is hopefully giving them access to better ways to cope with things around them.
As you go to the next screen, how many users did you say you had again? You had mentioned that to me when we last met, but
That's a great question. I believe we have a bit higher than 50 to 60 users at the moment.
amazing. And no advertising. You just built this app and told friends about it. So good.
Yes,
Yeah, keep going. Sorry, that's fantastic.
for sure. We just want to talk about like, of course, we have our own personal interest in helping and advocating for mental health, but it is a problem that needs to be addressed overall. And like personal problems aside, like statistics show that we need to help students and people in our society to help say, hey, mental health is as important as physical health and it needs to be addressed. And we want to make sure that people are able to reach out for help and destigmatize the word mental health because in a lot of cultures and a lot of communities, it's not as much of an easy topic as we'd like it to be. So yeah, we have some statistics pulled up here
Yeah.
saying only 1 out of 5 children who need mental health services receive them, and I believe this stat was here all the way from the beginning of when we developed the organization app,
Yeah.
and just seeing this statistic is like such a drive to keep updating the app because 1 in 5 is not enough.
Yeah, definitely. And also, like so many people, like even as you look at the statistics here, like so many people can't even like afford like therapy, or they're worried about things like confidentiality, or if they do open up to someone, maybe like social services will get called, or they'll be forced into taking like meds or something. So that's why like the app I feel is so important because it just provides that free therapy, it provides that confidentiality, and you know you're not going to be forced into doing anything you're not maybe comfortable with, but you do have access to, well, we'll talk more about the tools, but you do have like access to all different support systems for free and with confidentiality, which kind of, I guess, helps with all of the concerns that people have in terms of why they don't even get support in the first place.
We've touched a bit on our values and visions, but this is basically like our my dad once told me that what is your idea for my esprit? And he said that you should be able to say it in one sentence, say the whole pitch in one sentence. And at the end of the day, our goal is to help people prioritize their happiness and provide the help and resources that they would need through any phase of their lives. And I feel like me and Sanjana have said that exact sentence
Yeah.
hundreds of times, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's our mission for what my esprit is. That's our end destination, our end goal is to just be able to help one person, two people, 100 people, whatever that may be.
Yeah, for sure. And we are like working on expanding, I guess, nationally and internationally. Like that's part of our goals as well that we mentioned. It's okay. So yeah, no, that's kind of like along with our mission, our goal kind of aligns with that and how we just want to reach as many people as possible. But of course, like even if it's just one person, like as cliche as that maybe sounds, but even if it's just like one person, that makes a big difference because it's like a human life, right? It's not just a statistic. So yeah. And then I guess we can talk or share a bit about our
Our
team.
team, we
Yeah,
have
for sure. Now, if
amazing.
people can't see this, you can go to full screen. Whether you're watching this live or watching this after, it might seem smaller on your YouTube screen, but if you go to full screen, you'll be able to read these words. Awesome. So, yeah, keep going.
Perfect. Yeah. My esprit is not my esprit without our amazing team. Of course, we are not the only people working on this. We have our marketing team, outreach team, event creation team, app development team, all working individually and as a community to help produce all of the events that are being seen. And yeah, and we have amazing directors like Karina and Sama who take great care of all our teams
Yeah.
as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess like we really need these teams to kind of help, like Asta said, promote our events or like we do a lot of like outreach work as well. Like we try to connect with high schools, universities. We try and get recognition through magazines, credibility by getting like psychologists to give us reviews. So that way people hopefully can trust our resources better as well. And we also try to get sponsorships and partners, share our business cards with different resources as well. And then we have like our event creation team as well, who's working on blogs, interviews, sponsors, collaborations, and then our app development team as well. So I guess all these teams, like Asa said, are working really hard, I guess, to like give everything that we're able to provide people who are looking at our social media and our app.
Awesome.
Yes. And speaking about the app, our one of the first things that we produced in this organization and our main resource is our app, which has a personal calendar, which is the video you see right here, personal profile, vlogs, mindfulness exercises, resources, and symptoms. So we have the app published on Google Play at the moment, and we have an available web app for anyone who does not have Google Play. However, we do plan shortly to be updating it to iOS for an approval, hopefully. And we have our app over here as well. So we have things like, and I guess you can explain all the features of it. So we have the calendar section where people can input gratitude, daily goals, reflections, and also note down some physical health activities that are taking place as well, because these all follow the guide of positive psychology, saying that being reflective of your day and showing gratitude for what fulfills you will lead to helping you prioritize your own happiness as well.
Yeah.
So
And
do people like sign on? Like I see personal profile there. Do people like log in and create a profile with you?
Yeah, so you log in, you can create a profile over here, and then this personal profile is basically for you to reflect on what makes you happy, what can you go to when you might be feeling a certain way, and just put you back into a bit of a reality state of, hey, these are the things that could potentially help me if I am feeling a little lost.
Yeah, because we've noticed like when people are in like a state of distress, it's so easy to kind of forget about like the good things that they have access to or like what ways they can cope with stress. So then having like this immediate tool that they can access, like the personal profile, is just like an individualized form or resource for them to like look at when they need it.
And I
along
think
with
I've asked you this before, but like if a person logs on with their profile, do you folks get to see that, or is it just locked to the person?
It just belongs to the person. We have all of the information stored in a locked Airtable. So
Okay.
all of the data gets inputted there, but it's all personalized. It doesn't get shared to anyone
Perfect.
else.
Yeah, I think I've asked you that before. That's awesome. I
Yes.
love it.
And then we have our mindfulness exercises for anyone who wants to like meditate, have guided
Mm,
like practices to help relieve like some stress or anxiety that's going on.
mhm.
No. We don't need
not right now.
not
Right
at
now.
the moment, as well as articles if people prefer to read. Then we have these tips as well. And basically, these just help for anyone who's looking for external resources that they can take part in interactively by
Mm,
themselves. And then we have our symptom section. So with our symptom section, we just put a bit of a description of, hey, like it's also good to take care of your own mental health, but also educate yourself about what mental health illnesses there are and what people can be going through.
Yeah.
So we link resources and descriptions and a bit of links to help show people and give them external resources so they can get more knowledge outside of your app as well.
Yeah, that way,
mhm,
like people can know, like if they are maybe suffering from any of these illnesses, or maybe someone that they care about, and like Asta said, like their resources, so that they can contact like a lot of confidential resources, so that kind of, I guess, mitigates any, hopefully, any fear that they have around confidentiality being broken. So
mhm.
yeah, we have the resources for that.
I'm
And
just gonna, does your web app work the same way? Like it has the same features?
yeah, so the web app has the same features. Basically, we created the app through Thunkable, and they have
Mhm,
an option for downloading on iOS and
mhm.
Google Play. And then they have this new feature called Web App. So every development that we make
Okay.
straight into the web app as well.
Right. Okay, cool. Awesome.
And
I
we
was
have
gonna
our
look for my phone to
resources.
try, but that's like somewhere. It doesn't matter. Yeah, just keep going. Yeah.
And we have our resources that people can use in the community
Awesome.
just different topics. This is resources for all, but if you want resources for substance abuse, then
Yeah.
we'll narrow it down for you. Oh, did it freeze?
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's like specific.
Specialized, so it's easier. This is kind of a newer update that we made just so it's easier instead of
Mhm.
scrolling through everything.
Wow.
And our
That looks
last,
better than when I last saw it a few days, like a couple months, a month ago.
yes, we
Wow.
took some time for the design, I would say,
Mhm.
and we'll be showing the website, which has a bit of our branding in it. So we wanted to
Okay.
change our branding a little bit
Love
to,
it.
you can guess it, purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on our social media too, like this color as well.
Yeah.
So you'll see
Okay.
that.
Love it.
And the last feature we're gonna show is more so a newer addition to our app, just because the other ones provide a lot of ways that people can help themselves or resources that can help them as well. But this one is more so coming from, we have amazing people on our team writing blogs, and we wanted to link it in the app so they can know more about what MySpree is. We have this is our pitch, the video over here, so they can give that a watch and also be able to have a quicker access to blogs that are posted
Mhm.
on our website and Linktree on our Instagram bio. But we also put it in here as well. So we have blogs. Oops, the formatting's not that great, but we have the blogs like that, and people can read it on their screen, um, or they can read it on quick slick transition,
Wow.
or they can read it on our
Fancy.
website
Yeah.
with our blog section. If it loads.
The vice principals are texting me,
Yeah.
Mr. Nguyen, saying that he's tweeted and shared this. I said they're awesome. I hope people watch this after class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and what you see here is our website. Another way besides our app, if maybe looking at an app is not something you want to download, you don't have enough storage for, there's also a website where we do post the blogs that are being updated, as
Who
well
who
as
who writes your blogs?
we have two blog writers.
From event creation.
Yes. So we have Sama Kabir and
Okay.
Karina Dinadal, who
Wow.
creates the blogs. So the blogs that you see on the website are created by Sama, and we have our different type of blogs that get posted on our Instagram account.
Yeah.
Do.
Are you all grade 12 and 11 students?
Around, yeah, we're all high
Yeah.
school students. We do
You're
have,
all high school students?
yes.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. What kind of students are they producing at Semiamu that you've built like a mini company operating out of your high school? That's fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you. And we are grateful because some of them are also like from other parts of the world as well.
Yes.
Oh,
But yeah, Semi's doing a great job too.
Yeah.
yeah.
But,
It helps having people from different parts of the world because at living in Canada, we still do have a good
Yeah.
amount of resources accessible to us, and compared to places like India or Spain or the Philippines, places like that may not have as many resources as we do, and
Mm,
we have a bit of privilege
mm.
having this much access to
yeah.
all of these resources. So having people from different parts of the world can help us have a different perspective, hear their ideas, and let them take their creativity in here as well, and see how we can not only help people in Canada or our Surrey community, but help people all over the world. Because, like,
Wow.
the website, app, events are accessible worldwide. So we'd like to
Yeah.
have that representation as well.
Yeah.
This is blowing me away. This is the thing I didn't know. So out of your team, how many people are from other parts of the world, and just without naming all of them and where they're from, like what countries are they from? They're all high school students
Yeah.
contributing to this awesome website. Like, where are they from? How did you find them even?
Find them. Um, finding not finding them, but like basically like when we have events as well that we help promote through our Instagram account.
Yeah.
So like we do for events, we will do the same thing for volunteer positions available. So you'll see a post like this, and we'll create a promotion on Instagram, and people
Wow.
will see it and fill out an application, and then we'll do an interview with them.
Yeah.
And
What?
then we will
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's quite the process, but
quite the
I may not
process.
even qualify. That's amazing. I love it.
And then, yeah, and for people on our team, I think we have around 2 people who live in BC, and the
Yeah.
rest of our team is from like worldwide.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Fantastic.
And also on our apps, you can see the events that we do have hosting.
Yeah.
We have a new event on December 12th for managing your stress. This will be taking place. We'll have someone who is a yoga guy who will help, and basically it's just like a relaxing event that's informative and also has a nice yoga activity in it as well.
That's phenomenal. So when's that event again? I want, maybe you should let's give some screen time to your event. So that is on
December 12th.
Yeah. And that
this.
would be I believe it's IST time. So that
Okay,
would be
so
India Standard Time. So
IST. What time? So what time is that here?
That would be, I believe, either 6,
I believe it's like 6
7 a.m.
our time.
We would have to double check with that,
Yeah,
but
sure.
quick conversion. We changed it to IST because we noticed that a lot of our audience has come
Yes.
from India.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love it. I love it. And so at about 6 or 7 a.m. on December 12th, there's going to be a yogi managing your stress event that people can go on to through your website, which is built on Wix, which is actually what my website is built on too.
Yes.
So good
Well,
choice.
you spoke very well about Wix, so we're like, we'll give it.
Awesome. Awesome. But I just want to make sure you get to plug your event, and we can do that at the
Yeah.
end as well. We
Plug
only have
our
another
event.
5 minutes. We have 5 minutes. Is there anything you're dying to share in 5 minutes that you think is so important?
Ooh.
You've shared so much. You're both so great. This is, I didn't know it was a worldwide nonprofit company. I didn't know that until just now. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we
Yeah. Can skip through this.
yeah
for 5
we
minutes.
we had quite a few events and
Accomplishments.
but I think it's really important if we highlight more of our accomplishments as well. That kind of relates a bit to our events as well. So we have received like recognition from like politicians. We've even been advertised in like the City of Surrey like newsletter as well by Jack.org. And around our school, like we're really grateful, like Mr. Anu who got us in touch with each other, has been really supportive. And we even got promoted like in our yearbook as well. And
Nice.
we're
Mr.
really
Val
great.
Renew, champion.
Yeah, shout
Yeah,
out to
so
him.
good.
And then yeah, we've also received like grants from Simple Generosity, which has helped us so much in terms of like advertisements as well as like events as well.
Shout out to Simple Generosity.
Yes, Simple Generosity deserves a shout out too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
awesome.
yeah, and just quickly to add to that, we've also been recognized by a lot of like magazines, and like we've been interviewed as well in different like podcasts. Had our app published on like Google Play, and like business cards have been distributed to like different therapy places as well. So we're really grateful for our team for helping us with that.
Wow.
And since we have only 5 minutes left, we
Yeah.
should really bring about how we really need support, I guess,
Yeah.
for our cause. Like, if you are willing to, we'd love to have you guys on our team to support our events, to help with reposting, to help,
Download our app.
yeah, download our app. Help us with partnerships as well, like with mental health organizations, the youth community, politicians, schools. Help us get credibility by connecting us with different psychologists who can possibly test out our app and give us
Mhm.
feedback. Help us with recognition so we can promote it through places like this, or interviews and magazines.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you can check out all of our social media links. Our main social media is MySB, where you can find the website link, the the link to download our app. All of our blogs are also posted on there, and get updated with future and new events and interviews that are taking place in the future, or look at past ones. Yes.
This is amazing. Well, this is not sponsored by Apple, but I am an Apple person. So when you get your Apple app approved, you text me or email me, and I'll be the first one to download that. But I don't see any questions in the chat, and I know a lot of people ask this after. So if you have a chance to monitor the My Stigma-Free Society's Facebook page and the YouTube channel, if you do see questions for yourselves after, you feel free to chime in there and answer. But I just want to thank you for enlightening us about the wonderful work that you're doing. Every time I meet with the two of you, it seems like it's gotten bigger and bigger. You got politicians, you got people donating to you, you're in newspapers, and to think you're not only, but you're a grade 12 students, not, and you've reached out to all different parts of the world, and your team is built internationally. This only goes to show how even during COVID, even during times where the world seems to be in peril, young, bright, amazing young people like you can go out. I think I said young twice, but yes, you are both very young. Young people like you can go out and really strive to make a palpable difference in the world. As a teacher, I love that. Obviously, your teachers at SEMIAM are doing a great job influencing you to do this wonderful work, but your parents as well. I love how you spoke to your parents about this, and your dad saying, "Oh, you got to do this to make sure it sells," right? And I love that you listen. As a dad, I love that. So I want to encourage you. Keep going. Obviously, the Stigma-Free Society, I've connected you with them. They're there for you. I've connected you to the folks from Speakbox. They're there for you. I'm here for you. If you need any support from those of us who've been around the globe a few more times, just even as just for us to listen to your ideas. Obviously, you've done more than I have. You're international. I'm just on YouTube and Facebook, right? So you've done so much. You should be so commended for all that you've done. And I love it. At the end, you're trying to do something good for society. You're trying to do something good for kids and for families, and that's really what this is all about. Please, if you're watching this, visit their Facebook, visit their webpage, email them if you have questions, visit their Instagram, go to their social media, and honestly, every time you go to something, it seems like something's new has come up, and it's amazing. And finally, I do want to give you one final chance to plug your December 12th event at 6 or 7 a.m. Not sure which yet, but you'll put it up there for Pacific Standard Time as well. But for it's 1 p.m. International Standard Time, right? IST, is that international?
6:30 p.m.
6:30.
IST. Perfect.
Yeah,
And we'd like
IST.
to thank you again.
Yeah,
You've been
thank
such a
you.
big help and support to MySP and both me and Sanjay. And I
Yeah.
really appreciate this. And we hope that everyone watching, like you said, takes a look at our Instagram account, download our app, hopefully on iOS soon. That's something that we've been pushing for a long
Yeah.
time. But yeah, we just really appreciate this opportunity and really
Yeah.
grateful that we have the school, we have you, we have Mr. Ranu's support for all of this and for our
Mhm.
families.
Well, folks, I told you half an hour fly by fast, and we are at the end of our time. My name again is Daniel Toe. I had Sanjana and Asta from Semiamu Secondary in the Surrey School District talking about their MySpree app for mental health. They have many users all over the world, but they hope that you, if you have Google Play, join them there or join on the web, sign up, get a profile, and really partake in what these two young people are doing for the world. There's so many resources for mental health and wellness there. So many resources that you can take a look at. And it's not all their resources. They've linked up to a lot of international and national and provincial resources that you can use as well. So if you're struggling with mental health or you just want to know a little bit more, visit the My Esprit site and or their app and learn more from Sanjana and Asta as I have today. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the Stigma-Free Society's Facebook Live and YouTube Live event. And I will be back. I know they're going to have many events during the week and next week leading to the holiday, but I will be back in January. Thank you for having lunch with us. Have a great day. You two stay here. Don't leave me yet. I'm just
Thank
going to end the
you.
broadcast. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank
You can dance at the end, too. I sort of.
you.
Yeah.